Good afternoon. We're back with you here, and our subject today is getting the sag out of your lead production pot, lead pot here. So I've seen a lot of you on the YouTube channels where your pot is actually sagging down, and mine also started doing that also. So I'm going to show you a pretty good, quick, easy, and good way to fix this. So first of all, what you would want to be doing, you'd want to take your plunger and your plunger lever off first. This will allow you to stand it on its top and remove your base plate and the other part of your standard here with the thermostat on it. Okay? It comes apart real easily. All you need is a 1/4-inch nut driver. They're all the same size screws, exception of the screw that used to go in here. It's a little bit bigger in diameter and between the 1/16 and 1/8 inch longer. So you don't want to get it mixed up with your smaller screws. Okay, another thing before we get started, a good tip for you for your spout, your orifice here. Here's a good way to clean that out. And now you see how much of an angle we have here. Now I've seen guys go up straight, but it's actually an angle because your plunger is at an angle. Okay? All right. So now with it on its top and take it apart, you'll want to take your base plate off of your pot here. And that comes off easily with the same screws. And now you're in here, and now you'll notice that there isn't any insulation in here at all. So now you see the problem here was now this was all pushed in, and you only have this screw here coming in from the back holding it. And then that is threaded into your pot liner here, and it's just not enough because over time and over continuous pouring and you're getting it really hot and such, this will eventually push in. And you can see from this base plate how much that was pushed in right here. Now you've got an extra little reinforcement bar that has been extruded along in here where this attaches. And the screw did not even go into the base plate. There's just a little dimple here where the thread of the screw caught it when it pushed in. Alright, so what you'll need to do, and I did take this all apart, and you'll want to mark everything, you know, with a yellow marker and such. And if you take your thermostat off, well, mark that and index that, because that will only go in one way, okay? Also, while I had it apart, I took the all that tacky plastic off. That way, this will stay a lot cleaner. All right, back to this. While apart, take a 3/16 bit and drill out your standard here, your part of your stand, and then you'll beat this out and get it straightened out, and drill that out with a 3/16 bit also. All right. So now, the size of screw you'll be using is a 10 by 32. That's 1 inch long. And you'll have the appropriate washers that fit over the screw, and the outside diameter of your washers are going to be 5/8 outside diameter, okay? So you need 2 washers, and then you'll have 2 nuts. And better if they are the type of nut that, well, I'd like to back up here a little bit. Your 10 by 32 screw, that would take a 5/16 nut driver, okay? Now your nuts, it would be better if you have the nuts that take a 3/8 wrench, because you've got more surface and you're going to add more strength to this right in here. So after you get your holes drilled and you're going back together, and I left these loose on the coil here, the element, so that I could go back in a lot easier. So you'll push your screw in here first, and on this side here you'll put your washer on and screw that on here, and while pushing through, and you'll take another washer or another nut, your second nut, put that on there, screw that on there. You'll have some clearance, because this is an inch long, to drop this your second washer in here against your well, your pot housing, and push that through, and now you've got it. So in order to get this spread apart, or to keep it spread apart and not sagging any longer, you'll take your 5/16 nut driver and a 3/8 wrench, and you can turn both of your nuts in opposite directions to tighten this up, get it straight, and then to keep it straight, okay? All right, so going back together is pretty much in reverse order, and it's really pretty simple. It's kind of unbelievable that there isn't any insulation, especially on the bottom. And I'm planning on I've got this sim wool, and it's good for around 2,500 degrees, so that should suffice for a lead pot. But anyway, here's the website and the name of the company here where you can get that. We rebuilt the Seiko 20-pound pot, and Seiko uses insulation, and this sim wool is what we went back into on the Seiko, and it well, it runs like a tiger, yeah. So I'm just going to push this down in here before I go back together, put this cap on, and I want to try to get keep as much heat away from here as I can, and I'm hoping that will work. And also it may help for, like, whenever your orifice here, your spout, when that freezes up, and maybe have less usage of your 5/64 bit here. This is a aircraft type bit that's good, got a good little handle on it, and you could clean it out in a hurry. So now I had to show you this because I'm going to push this out. I'm pushing it out right now. It's about like a can. And I'm going to take a rat tail file and run that across there so that I'll loosen this up again. This one nut that's against your lead pot, to where I can get this down between it and that washer, and it'll saddle itself over your screw. Okay, that's pretty much it on doing this, and this is how I've found to solve this. So we'll get this back together, and on our next video we'll do a run on this, and we'll cast a few bullets and try this out and see if we got it all, everything working correctly. And these are darn good pots. You know, these are 500 watts, or your 20-pound pot is like a 700 watts. So they're really good pots. So until next time, our next video, we'll see you, and have a nice day, and bye-bye.